I'm laughing because I'm like realizing I've been doing this a lot lately, but like there's like the trend going around where like there was a girl, she was doing on Instagram, she was doing like a tutorial of like, here's how this style that I've been seeing a lot lately. It's super easy, and it's literally like she takes these two pieces of hair and she takes them back into a clip in the video. Remember the bump it?
Girl,
I was like,
not
because
only
that's like kind of
not
what girlies are doing now. Like this little thing, like you see all the girls, it's dead ass the same thing. It's just with a clip.
we used to do that in college. I swear, going out like a night or two, if I didn't know what to do with my hair, I would just do like the little poof. And now looking back, I'm like, is this was this too much?
Okay, well, thank you guys for joining. Welcome to this week's episode. This is officially episode 4. This is it's episode 4. It's so exciting that like we're like chugging along here. But today's episode is gonna be a good one. It's called Great Expectations, Bride versus Bridesmaid. So we'll be going through some scenarios that people find themselves in, and me and Hailey have found ourselves. I got married in April of 2025, and Hailey has been a part. She's been in some weddings and attending, and it's just, there's a lot of decorum and rules and regulations that you have to follow. So that's kind of like what we're talking about today. But I thought it would be fun. We're going to start with our wilted violets and shiny pearls. And I think our shiny pearl can be about anything, but I feel like it would be fun if our wilted violet this week is like a wilted violet wedding related. And I can go first so that Hailey, I know I'm kind of like springing that on you, but you can marinate on that for a second. So, um, I'll give my wilted violet first. So, like I said, I got married. I'm like also looking at myself right now for some reason. I literally look like a mad scientist. I feel like my hair is really doing a
You just
number
got so
right
much.
now.
You just have so much volume going on right now.
I know it's a
Okay,
lot of
volume.
humidity. It's just
Yeah,
like
it's
I
probably
look like
very
I'm like
humid
a
there.
um so my wilted violet is so I got married in April of 2025. I had all kinds of vendors that we chose through the wedding planner. She was like very particular about like anytime we wanted to deviate off of her recommendation, she was like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Like these are my trusted vendors. I think you should only use the people that I recommend. So the only person that I think I chose that wasn't her recommendation was my wedding makeup and hair. And that turned out really great. They were a little bit late. But it still turned out pretty good. One of our vendors that we chose that was like a specific recommendation of hers that she had worked with before that worked really well was our photographer and our videographer. And so it's been like over a year and a half since we got married, and we have not received our photos or videos yet. We did get sneak peeks, and the worst of it all with this wilted violet is that they were ghosting us for a really long time and like was like not responding to us at all. I know that they personally were going through some family stuff, but the wilted violet is just like I weddings in general, you get really put into situations where like, you're literally signing your life away with some of these contracts, but it's just wilted violet to myself for not having my photos and my videos, and then also wilted violet to that company for they I'm not the only bride they did this to. It's like a big thing in like the like South Carolina, Georgia area because my wedding was in Hilton Head, but they did weddings all Charleston down to Savannah. And so at the time that they had done my wedding, they had already been doing this for like a year to other brides. So I signed my contract like a year in advance. And then around that time is when they started doing the same thing to other brides. They would shoot the wedding and then not work on the product. And so, yeah, that's my wilted violet. It's so crazy. It's like you always read these like wedding horror stories about things, and that's just one of mine, but it's been fine. I think me and Kevin are so low maintenance. It's not been that big a deal, but it's just still, you know, yeah. But
I knew that was.
so me and Kevin are just rocking solid with, the 5 pictures we got of us kissing before the reception. But we have no reception pictures, no reception videos. Like the whole thing with them was like they made your shit look like a movie. And you know what I have? Really shitty ass audio and video, raw video of this and me flopping around on the dance floor. Like it's not.
Yeah, that is. Well, hopefully by December you will get a very nice video and
A Christmas
edited
gift from them.
a, a Christmas gift from them. Yeah.
That would be
That's like
so iconic of them to like wait until the very last day before they can get sued and then
the
like give it to
last
us.
day.
Yeah,
They might do that or
I might.
I don't know. Like that's what's tough about um signing the contracts. You have to be really careful with like what it says. But I think that's I don't know. I feel like that's common to not get photos for several months after the wedding. But I do
Yeah,
know that I don't know if that would fly with me, truthfully. Like I feel like I would need you either need to like hire someone in your bridesmaid party to be like the social media content person who's like
yeah, that's so
aesthetically
popular
getting
right now.
yeah. And I think there's even like I know someone who that's like her entire job. She does weddings. She's a wedding videographer, but she focuses solely on like social media. So like solely
Hmm.
on Instagram stories or like videos or quick whatever. And I'm
Hmm.
like, man, that might be like a good
That's a good gig. Yeah, that's like a
that
huge
might be a good
thing in
gig.
Charleston. That's actually funny you say that because Kevin, we have a wedding we're going to at the end of August in Nashville, and Kevin is one of the groomsmen in this wedding, and it's just like so funny, like watching like people be bridesmaids and then like men or whatever be groomsmen, because it's like
Oh yeah,
that
so
side
no
of the spectrum is they're just like
so
do not
low
give a fuck.
maintenance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they
they're
don't
so low
care.
maintenance.
Kevin literally for the two weddings he was in this year waited until like the last minute to go to the men's warehouse to like go and like order his rental. But they the to your story you were saying about the content creator, they this bridal party like started a group chat with all these guys and was like, hey, like we're gonna go in and get a content creator for the bride and the groom for their wedding because they hadn't that wasn't something they had done. And I thought that was actually a really nice gesture. And Kevin was like, what do you I love him because he's so diplomatic. Instead of just like coming forth with his opinion, he was like, what do you think of this? I said, Kevin, Venmo them the money. Just Venmo them the money. That's a great
Oh, but
idea.
that's nice. He's coming to you to make sure that it's okay. But like that's
Yeah.
actually a really nice men thought of that? That's a
No, no, it was the
oh,
bridesmaids. The bridesmaids started because that
okay.
was
I
a
was like, wait a minute, these men are deciding to pay for a content creator? That seems like
kings.
extremely female core.
Someone's gay and was like, I need this to be done,
That's what
and
I was
this is what
thinking. I
we're
was like,
doing.
there's either someone who is a social media creator in the groomsmen party or like
Yeah.
one of them is batting for the other team. Cause like,
And
what?
one's fabulous and activated and ready to go and supports the
Okay.
groom.
I
Your
like that.
turn.
That's
Yeah,
actually a really good idea. Oh
it's a
gosh,
great idea.
okay. I'm trying to I think this is gonna be like such a generalized comment to make as a wilted violet, but I think wilted violet to people who bring issues, small or big, to the bride on her wedding day or groom for that matter. To be fair though, the groom is like hardly doing anything the entire day. So if anyone really needed to worry about whatever, like that depends on how open and involved in the planning the groom is. But if it's something small like oh the silverware can't come because they need a signature or whatever, it's like, do not go to the bride for that. There's gotta be mother of the bride. Like, there are so many other people, like a bridesmaid can sign up for that. Like, I have been in a lot of weddings where I've seen brides unnecessarily stressing or like texting, communicating, talking with vendors about certain things when it's like, this, yes, because like also depending on the bride, if you're extremely type A and you want things done a certain way, maybe that works for you. but I've seen a lot of brides like stressing out about, I got to make sure the tablecloths get here in time and like all sorts of things that it's like, there's got to be someone that can help with this. Wedding planner, maybe? Like, I don't know. I don't know why all the communication isn't going directly to the wedding planner. If you don't have a wedding planner, maybe assign someone that day. But I feel like there are, even if you have a wedding planner, there are some communications going through the cracks that just like add stress to the bride. So maybe like in general that's my wilted violet, is added stress to the bride when it doesn't need to be added. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know shit happens, right? Like brides might need to know a certain thing, but it's like, why do you think the bride is the person that needs to know this information? If it's
Mm-hmm.
something like maybe your brother forgetting khaki pants, like,
Oh my
why didn't
God,
we
I
just?
forgot about that, Hailey. Oh my, he opened up his he bought so we had chosen a suit that was not one you could rent. So all of the guys had to buy them. So my little brother, the day of the wedding, opens up his suit like case from Men's Warehouse and realizes there's no pants. The day of the wedding, right? It was the day of the wedding.
It was literally the day of the wedding. Like, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he could have been FaceTiming me. He could have like he
Yeah, he
you
did come
should
to me.
not
He's
you
like in the
should
middle
not
of
have
us.
had to worry about that. Like, you're literally getting your hair or makeup done.
Oh
Like,
my
I'm
God, we were like in the
forgetting.
middle of like trying. It was like it was probably like one of those tender moments where we were like reading letters or just like chatting about memories. And my brother goes, so, like directly into my face space, like, so, there's
Yeah,
no
like
pants. And I was like,
he's
get your
no.
girlfriend and get to the outlets.
What I remember is like him being in Tommy Bahama or something, and like
Yeah, he
with
did go to Tommy
this.
Bahama.
It's
And like,
funny. We can
they
laugh.
were
We
ended
can
up
laugh
working
about
out
it
fine.
now. We can laugh about it now, but in the grand scheme of things, it's like, why are you bringing this shit to the bride? Like, there's got to be one other competent person that can like figure out a pant that looks like what everyone else is wearing. That the bride doesn't need to be involved and stressed in this matter. And like,
Also,
that's
now that they're not together anymore, let's talk about the fact that he went to the store with his girlfriend and she couldn't help him choose which pants matched the jacket. I was like, I even asked him, I was like, did you take the jacket with you to like try to like figure out what match? Oh no, I left the jacket at the house. Oh, God, boys, they're crazy.
yeah, that's crazy behavior because it's like a woman would know how to deal with that, right? Like, everyone's got stuff stressed. That's like the one thing that I hope and pray, and like when I get married, you're not coming to me with stupid shit, because I will be the first to be like, I shouldn't be dealing with this right now. Like, I will literally bridezilla it if I have to. I think I'll be fairly calm when I'm planning, but the day of, if you bring unnecessary stupid stress to me, I'm going to be like, you didn't think to ask anybody else?
Yeah, yeah.
Not a single other person. I don't need to be dealing with this right now. I think that's my wilted violet. It's very broad because it could literally be anything, like, but I do feel like it's probably something that you need to communicate with everyone beforehand, like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm not going to have my
set
phone on.
the precedent. Yeah, set the precedent for sure.
Like, hey, my phone will not be on my wedding day.
Yeah.
So, if you need to contact me, kind of like those emails, it's like I'm out of office. It's like I won't be responding to any text. So if you're a guest, I swear I've been at like getting ready in a bridal party where the bride will be like, "Oh my God, this guest is asking me what time to get here and whatever." I'm like, "What? Why
Why
are you
would
letting
a
the bride?"
guest, why in the actual mother F would a guest text the bride on the wedding day? That is literally something I will never fathom. Like, why you think you have, like, what? You're not even in the wedding. What connection do you have to the bride to text her on the wedding day? Why, in your right mind, do you think she even has her phone?
People do it, and I'll be honest, a lot of time it's like long distance family members that you're like,
Yeah.
"What the hell? What
What
the
the
hell?
hell? Literally, what
What,
the,
like, just what the hell? What do you think? Why don't you ask?
what the
Why don't
hell?
you ask another family member that's also going to be at the wedding? Like, I'm like, we don't have common sense. because I swear there's never been a wedding unless I'm a plus one. If I'm invited to this wedding, I know at least one other person also going to that wedding. I will ask them before I'm like, "Hey, bride, what time is like what?" I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Okay, well, let's go into the shiny pearls and then we can dive into the funness that is the main topic this week. So,
I'm
I'll
excited.
go first. My shiny pearl. So, been I volunteered myself to have a bachelorette coming up at the end of the month. I did get an embroidery machine, and I've had the maid of honor sent me the socks and the embroidery thread at like the beginning of July. I didn't get the machine until like a week or two ago, but it's been staring at me and I've been so scared to use it because it's like it's honestly I okay, and that's the shiny pearl is I did it finally. I'm going to show somewhere around in this area. I'll put like a screenshot of the tank top. I did a little white because like I had these left over from the 4th of July. Yeah, I'll send you a picture too afterwards, but it's like a little white tank top with American honey in red, like right under the neckline. It's super
That's
cute. I
cute.
gave it to my mom. But I've like been telling myself I have to practice. Like I can't just like do the socks. Like it's not gonna
Yeah.
work like that.
Mhm.
So like I one day I sat down and realized I needed all this stuff. It can really get away from you. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm really gonna have to start like I just so I got this today. This sweater I'm wearing right now. I bought this. I was downtown Charleston. I got this today. But I was thinking like I could get like a hot pink and put like a flower or something right here, or like put my initials like on
Oh yeah.
the
Something
sleeve or
cute on
something.
like the sleeve or like right here would be
Yeah, like
cute.
just to
Yeah.
practice and see what it looks like. But yeah, my shiny pearl is that I turned it on, I stared at it for like 10 seconds, and we made an agreement that we were going to try and see what happened. And it was a successful first date. So I guess we're going to continue courtship and see what happens after that.
That's cute. My shiny pearl is actually a movie that I saw by myself. Maybe I'll just say like the shiny pearl is going on the date by yourself, dating yourself.
What movie did you go see?
Um I saw the movie One Night Only. Have you heard of it?
Oh my God, Callum Turner.
It's with Callum Turner and it's
He's
like
so beautiful.
you are only allowed to have premarital sex one night out of the year. And like they have these barcodes that tell you like if you're single and the rest of the time you can't like have premarital sex, like if you get married, you know, you can do whatever you want. But
Mhm.
it's just it was cute. It was rom-com. I really enjoyed it. It was funny. Um and I really liked it. I'm glad I saw it.
Did it
So
feel
it was
like
super cute.
apocalyptic or did it feel like fun and fresh? Because like there's like a layer of that seems like cute and fun, and I know it's a romantic comedy, but like in any time like there's like life governing rules like that, it kind of feels a little
Yeah, I
spacey to
mean,
me.
there was it was fresh and fun. They just
Okay.
kind of had an explainer of why they decided to do it. So like maybe a 3-minute excerpt about like why it was implemented and whatever. But it wasn't it wasn't that bad. But like the rule in this movie was you cannot have premarital sex except for this day. And if you are engaging in premarital sex, you have to use protection. So like there's a big portion of the movie where everyone's running to try and buy a condom and like one condom is like $200 at certain
Oh
places
no.
like like that might be a little apocalyptic part of it is like
Yeah.
everyone's looking for a condom and there's like no stores, everyone's out of them, and it's like it was really funny. I liked it
What
a
was
lot. And
what was your movie stack? What'd you eat? What'd you drink?
so
Did you pack like
I
carrots or something?
no, I was gonna say I went to the grocery store
That's
beforehand.
smart. I thought you
I
were gonna be
packed
like health as well if you like went in there with carrots and hummus or
I
something.
packed I packed my big old drink cup like this. And
Beautiful.
then I bought this new brand of ice cream I've been loving called Protein Pints, and it's 30 grams of protein in one little container. like
Is it
307
is it chalky
calories.
like Halo Top or is it like creamy and
No,
good?
it's
Is it a
actually
Greek
not because
yogurt? Is it like Greek yogurt ice cream?
I actually, I'll be honest with you, I can't remember, but
Oh, that's
no,
fine.
because I remember in college we were trying to get on the Halo Top grind, but we were like, this just tastes so chalky. These
Yeah.
are pretty, these are pretty good depending on the flavor, and like
Yeah.
a whole pint for only 320 calories. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, sign
Time
me up.
period.
So I enjoyed that. It felt weird because I was
Mhm.
sitting next to people that I don't know, so I'm like, when do I open this pint of ice cream without feeling
Ooh,
I was
sorry.
like,
Yes.
when do I make this?
Yeah.
When do I decide it's time to open this
Yeah.
pint of ice cream?
Thank you. Beautiful, amazing. I'm going to dive into the topic today. Like we discussed earlier, we're talking great expectations, the bride versus bridesmaid. So, what I have is a series of stories that heard online. This is not like personal stuff. So, just putting that out there. These are like not people we know. This is not, and this is like completely like modified too to be like kind of like a generic telling of like a specific situation. So, so the big question today is when does it's my wedding stop being a valid excuse, and when does being a good friend mean showing up when it's inconvenient? Which that actually was one of my I think it was one of my press petals. Or no, it was the post I made this week that was like kind of chic. It's like it's kind of chic to do something that makes you a little uncomfortable because it's just not always about you. So today with these stories, we just hope everyone kind of walks away with, realizing weddings don't create conflict, they magnify it. So good communication and reasonable expectations matter more than perfect centerpieces. So I believe I think that's at the end. I was looking because I think I had like a game for us to do, but I think that'll be fun to do that first. We'll do the game first. So some wedding hot takes, and I'm just gonna let you give me your fun little takes. So I'll answer too. I'm just kind of
Okay.
flip flopping around. It's Sunday. We're just staying funky and fresh. We're just having a good time. So rapid fire, no explanations. These are some wedding hot takes. Child free weddings, yes or no?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna
Oh
say
yes.
yes. Hmm.
Keep your kids at home. I'm sorry. This isn't a family reunion. Open bar required. Yes or no?
Yes, I
Yes.
believe so. Yeah.
I'm sorry. And then the next question is cash bars? Question mark? Yes or no? Do you feel like what like that can be a little bit open for interpretation. Like if you went somewhere and you saw a cash bar, would you kind of be like,
Yeah, I would. I'd be like, really?
it's like especially a
It's
destination
like
wedding?
I was just gonna say if it's a destination wedding and I'm like, I had to buy a 300 plus dollar flight to come out here and not get like my own white claw for free. Like
Oh yeah, that's rough. Destination weddings, yes or no?
I'm I'm a yes. I'm a yes on destination weddings.
I'm sorry.
I think they're good.
I would rather a wedding be a destination wedding and take the chance that it's somewhere I haven't been before or somewhere I like to go. Cause it's like, why not? I know it can be a little steep and expensive. So there is mindfulness towards that, but
Sure.
matching pajamas pre-wedding. Yes or no?
Matching pajamas, like all the bridesmaids and bride wearing
Mandatory
matching.
matching pajamas. There's a chance that they were not bought for you. Like there's the lake pajama set that is kind of going around online, like an expensive pajama set. Are you like okay with purchasing pajamas and doing matching
Oh,
pajamas or no?
if I have to buy them, no.
Yeah, okay.
This should if you want me to wear if you want me to wear something for photos or whatnot, you should buy them for me. That's my
Proposal
hot take.
boxes. Bridesmaid proposal boxes, groomsmen proposal gifts. Yes or no? I think
I don't think
yes,
it's
within reason.
I
They're
don't think
getting a
it's
little bit too much.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't really think they're necessary. I know we're trying to be brief on this, but this is a comment I just want to make because I feel like it goes into it.
Okay, so we are gonna dive in. So weddings have a funny way of making perfectly normal people act irrational. I found some really great stories of situations that brides or bridesmaids have found themselves in. So we're trying to do like a dual look at this. Like I kind of have like a nice, I have a both, bride and bridesmaid. We have a good amount of experience being a bridesmaid and even just going to weddings and kind of watching things unfold and hearing the stories
Mhm.
about this kind of stuff from friends. So we're going to go ahead and read some of these stories, and I'm gonna then just open it up and we can kind of talk through it. So I'm gonna start with situation.
Let's hear it.
The $2,000 bachelorette is the title. So a bride starts planning her dream bachelorette weekend. What starts as a girls' trip quickly turns into flights, a luxury Airbnb, matching outfits, a private boat day, expensive dinners, decorations, gifts for the bride, and professional photos. By the time everything is booked, each bridesmaid is expected to spend close to $2,000. One bridesmaid tells the bride she simply can't afford it and offers to celebrate another way. The bride says she's disappointed because everyone else is making sacrifices, and this is the one weekend she's dreamed about for years. The other bridesmaids quietly split some of the costs between themselves, making the one bridesmaid feel even worse. Who's in the wrong?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'll build off of what you say because I think this
I'm
is this is the bridesmaid view for sure.
yeah. I'm going full force at the bride. I think the bride and the whole bridal party is in the wrong because especially saying like this is the title of our episode, like this is my wedding, I need you to come there, blah blah blah, whatever. Uh but you're expecting me to drop $2,000? Like that's probably because it's probably going to be even more than a $2,000 if you have
It's
a
always more. It's always more
it's
after you get there.
always more, and then you get the hey, like the bridal party will be talking behind the brides and sort of say like, okay, so we want to pay for all of her meals, all
Oh
of
my god,
whatever,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
doesn't
Yep,
want,
yep, yep, yep.
like it's like I you don't I had to basically take out another loan to come on this bachelorette party for you, and now you're expecting me to chip in 160 extra dollars a night to pay for her food or whatever. Like it's like
Yeah.
it is very stressful. So the bridesmaid saying right off the bat, I cannot afford to go, is really like a kindness to the bride by saying,
Being
I love
upfront,
you.
like figure it out, divvy it up, another way. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I think it's really tough from every experience I've ever heard from anyone as a bridesmaid, as a bride. There is going to be unnecessary stress and drama in your life until the wedding is over. Like, I just know that's going to be the case, whether it's with a bridesmaid or someone that you no longer like interact with anymore because of all this drama. But I think being upfront about your financial reasonings with the bride or what you are able to spend
Yeah.
is really important as quickly as you can because like
Yeah,
it
be honestly from the jump. Like
and it's like
when
it's
when
one
they
thing to be
ask
like,
you, just be like,
yeah,
"Hey, like I'm so excited and I know, I've known you for so long. I know these goals that you have and these things that you want to do and I know you've even talked about some of the trips you want to take and all this stuff, but I just want you to know right now I can't necessarily do some of these things. So if you want someone who will be able to, go to everything and you feel like you want a bridesmaid that can do that, I'm not offended. Please choose somebody else. And you just have to
yeah,
take your feelings out of it because if that's your situation you're in, then there's literally nothing wrong with that. So I say just say it from the beginning.
I agree. And I
Don't even
also I feel inclined to mention too that obviously this is not the case with every single bride, but I know that I have been to weddings where there are like filler bridesmaids, right? Where it's not like your closest friend from college or like it may be a friend that you've known for a year that you've gotten close with that like your groom has an extra groomsman, so you need an extra bridesmaid, and you're just trying to like fill in and add as many people as you can. It's almost kind of unfair to ask someone that like is a friend but more so an acquaintance at that point like, hey, I need you to spend $2,000 on me.
I just
Yes,
was
you'll have
talking to
some
somebody.
fun. because
Yeah.
you're going to a party and whatever, but it's also like the real the real friends will be happy that you're whatever you're able to come to, right? And it'll
Yeah.
almost come from a not like I get it as a bride, it's like about you and you were like, this is my wedding, blah blah blah, but it's also like, yes, as a bridesmaid, it's not my wedding though. I'm not gonna spend $2,000 on something that's like not really for me.
Yeah.
I love
And
you, but like it would be like asking, are you willing to spend $2,000 on a gift for a friend of yours?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have the money.
Yeah. Well, boo 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 the bride. Boo 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 the bride and the bride other bridesmaids on that one. We definitely support just being
Yeah, I
upfront. Like
don't.
if there was only one thing I would say to that bridesmaid in the first one, the one that was like coming to the table and like having issues with the funds of it all, I would say just say it from the beginning. Like if you're going to be in a wedding, maybe that's just a conversation you need to have, like especially if you know like the person who's getting married likes to spend a lot of money.
Mhm.
And you would know, no offense, you should know that from the beginning because if you're friends with that person, you know that person how they like to spend their money and what they like to do and the places they like to go and the trips they like to go on. Like that's not like peekaboo surprise. Like that's something that's already existed. So just be upfront. And I don't think there's any shame to that. And if it ends in a negative situation or the bride reacts in a bad way, then that's on the bride. They need to grow up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't think you're a good friend if you're like, well, this is my day and everyone's making sacrifices. Like that was the comment that was said that she said, it's my wedding and everyone is making sacrifices. It's like I
Like
will
don't
probably
gaslight
be
me. Sorry.
I'm sorry, but I will be making sacrifices to make sure I can come to your destination wedding.
Correct.
How many sacrifices do I as a bridesmaid have to make
Yeah.
for a wedding that's not mine?
For a wedding that's not mine. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move forward into situation number two. This
Hear
one
it.
is titled The Secret Bridesmaid. So the prompt reads, a bride asks one of her closest friends to be a bridesmaid almost a year before the wedding, but tells her she can't tell anyone because she's waiting for the perfect time to announce the full bridal party. Months go by, and during a casual dinner, another friend asks if she's in the wedding. Without thinking, she says yes. Word spreads quickly, and suddenly people are asking why some bridesmaids knew months ago while others were left in the dark. The bride is furious, saying she completely ruined the surprise. The bridesmaid thinks keeping something like that secret for months was an unrealistic expectation. When I first read this one, I know people like this who like instead of just they're making this so theatrical, like why, that's so unnecessary. Like I think that something you see online a lot too nowadays is it's like people are like, oh, it's my wedding, I can do whatever I want, we don't have to follow societal norms. Like I feel like weddings in like the like in the 80s and the 90s, I feel like weddings were so like traditional and like there was like decorum, and I feel like there are a lot of things that are changing and people can kind of make weddings what they want. But in the same vein, like people are really taking it too far. Like, what do you mean? Why are you asking someone to be a bridesmaid 6 months before you ask the rest of the girls? Like, especially if you know people will get offended. It's like, I see both sides, but what do you think,
I
Haley?
also, I mean, like, truthfully, I look at this and I'm like, blah, 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 who cares? You're in the wedding. Like,
Yeah.
why are you? I have a friend like this that's like, oh, but when did you know, blah, blah, whatever. It's like, that's up to me. I
Yeah.
don't understand why you need, like, why are you comparing her finding out? Like, no offense. I have people, you know, Sydney, my like childhood best friend, you, there are people who already know they're going to be bridesmaids in my wedding that I don't even have yet. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand why this is such, it depends on the closeness you are with a friend. I can
Hmm.
understand her being like, don't tell anyone because I haven't really like shared that yet, but it's like,
It's like one of the things you're
I
asking is
feel
like, why
like
does this
this is
need to be a
just kind of
surprise?
messy.
Why does this, why is you announcing have to be a surprise? Like, this is like prompting that this was like some grand premiere of all the people that were going to be in her wedding. I'm like, honestly,
What
that
I
kind of
feel like
leads
it
to just
probably
making people
was,
feel anti.
what I
Please.
feel like it probably was, sorry to cut you off, but I'm
No,
gonna lose
please.
my train of thought if I
I
don't
love
say this
God.
immediately, because
Please.
I keep going. What I think it probably was she knew for like let's just say there's six bridesmaids. She probably had a good idea who four of them were. And she needed to figure out I have a lot of friends. I got to figure out which one make me there like I think that there was something about it that she was sort of she herself was figuring out who else was going to be in the wedding. But like if you have a really good friend coming to you and it's like am I going to be in your wedding? Kind of just like asking. I don't think it's wrong of the bride to say like yes, but like I haven't figured out who else is going to be in the wedding. I mean, I think
Mm.
it's just like, and she didn't do it in like any sort of
It
malice. She
slipped.
just like,
It literally slipped.
I, I think it's more messy for it's like, I think it is probably like one of those friends who maybe knew her for like a year and a half and is kind of just like trying to egg it out and see like if she's going to be in the wedding instead
Hmm.
of having an honest conversation with the bride. She was kind of like stirring the pot to see, gosh, there's got to be like someone's got to know. Like I don't know. I'm like making
Yeah.
my own assumption for this, but I
No,
think it's like
that's the point.
it's honestly up to the bride, and I don't understand why a timeline of when you found out you were a bridesmaid or not is so important. It's like, yes, if it was like 2 months before the wedding, and you're like, oh, by the way, I
That
need you to buy
doesn't
me this
matter. That
dress.
literally, right. That part doesn't matter. It's like you're all bridesmaids. Like, why do you care if someone was asked significantly? That's like why it's just so. This is what I'm saying. Like, there's like crack in weddings that make people extra crazy about silly shit that they really wouldn't ever get upset about. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's like, it's so, I think it's like such a symbol in someone's life. So I think it just puts people into super psycho mode and they're just not able to deal with the emotions and the symbolism of it all.
Yeah. I think it's also like as women, we are extremely emotional when it comes to situations like that because we can feel like we're close with a friend and then, you know, if we don't get invited to the bachelorette party or like we're
Yeah.
not in the wedding, you know,
Yeah.
we think of it as like, well, this is a very important moment in their life. Why didn't they want me
It's like a
a
slight
part
on
of it?
yourself. Yeah. You almost have to like take the like actual friendship out of it. It's a small part of a larger relationship. It's like it's an event in the relationship. Any last thoughts on the secret bridesmaid?
Yeah, I think that one's just bullshit. Like listening to that, I'm like,
That one was stupid, yeah. It's
why are
very
we being
real.
bothered with this?
Yeah. It's like also it's not it's maybe that's not something that every single bride and bridesmaid deals with, but that silly shit is this is a certain flavor in the larger scheme. Yeah.
Like if a friend directly told me that scenario, I'd be like, why do you give a shit? Why do you
Yeah.
care?
Yeah.
Like, why does it matter?
So next situation is called bridesmaid on probation. So one
What?
bridesmaid, yeah, she's on probation, girl. She's getting put on timeout. One bridesmaid hasn't done anything outrageous, but she's late to nearly every wedding event, ignores a group chat for days, forgets deadlines, skips planning dinners, and always seems to have another excuse. At the same time, she's constantly posting about vacations she's going on, concerts, girls' nights, online, making the bride feel like she's choosing everything else over the wedding. A month before the ceremony, the bride considers asking her to step down as a bridesmaid entirely. The bridesmaid says she agreed to stand by beside her friend on the wedding day, not making wedding planning her second full-time job. So, who's in the wrong here? Mm, I think that's like a little half and half.
I think
Cause
it's half and half. I wish I had more specifics because I'm like, is this a friend that lives in the same state? Is this a friend that lives in the same city? Do they see each other a lot? Is this a childhood best friend that lives across the country? Like I need more specifics to really like give an answer because I really feel like as I get older I'm realizing you being asked to be a bridesmaid is almost not an expectation of just being at the wedding. There is an expectation that you will have to show up and support the bride a little bit more than like but like that's so hard because I don't think I was able to be the bridesmaid you wanted me to be because I literally lived across the country. So it's like
That was
I would have
that,
felt
but that's, to be honest, and to that point, an expectation. I didn't ask you thinking you were going to be like
yeah.
available
But
all the
I think
time.
that's the point. I mean, I don't love her showing up late to everything. That makes me feel like she is in town and lives in the same city.
This is,
I
yeah, this is definitely like same town, same time zone coded. Like this person is readily available and like is invited to these things and is prioritizing personal activities over. And that kind of goes like I am I put a lot of value in what people can do for others because like why are we on this earth just to do things for ourselves? Like I think
yeah.
that like there is so much value in honestly just growing yourself as a human being, like making your soul stronger and you feel like, and I think I selflessness, there's no selfless action. I think that there are people that are always doing things for others, but like I think those people who are always doing things for others really get a lot of joy from that. And I think that's like what makes, that drives them. So you're not necessarily doing something selfless because you're feeling reward and warmth from it. But like I put a lot of stock in being able to do things for others and not expecting things in return, because that like I think our world would spin a lot smoother if that was how we thought of things versus like what can this do for me? What can I get in return? Like, like if you see someone in the parking lot and their paper grocery bag busted everywhere, like, and you have two free hands, like why wouldn't you go help them, especially they got a baby in a stroller or something,
Yeah.
like that's just like a one-off situation. But like in this predicament, like if you are actively making choices to do things that are specifically to benefit you when you could be doing things to help support this bride, like no offense, you don't give a shit about this bride. Like you said yes for the vanity aspect of it. You wanted to post the proposal box on your Instagram. You wanted to say you're in this wedding. I think sometimes, and this isn't common, but I think the camaraderie of the bridesmaid is a pull for a lot of women, like feeling like involved, like the notoriety of being in a wedding. It's like I
Uh-huh.
think the same thing reigns true with like you choosing your bridesmaids. There's like a vanity aspect to it of like I'm important in this person's life, and it's like, yeah, but also I don't think that the bride should be asking you to break your back and do all this stuff and push you around like a mule in the field. But like also you should be willing to step up and be like an emotional support. Like that's like the whole thing. You're like you were saying earlier, yeah, you were in Vegas, I'm in Charleston, Jacksonville, wherever I was at the time. Like you weren't available to come to all of these things, but you certainly phoned in when I was at the wedding dress shop buying my dress. You cried. You were the reason I started crying at my wedding dress appointment because it felt so full circle. And it's like you were there to listen to me when I was complaining about things that were happening or stuff, that was going wrong. I don't think that you should feel like you have to spend a lot of money to be a bridesmaid. I think if you're emotionally investing in the wedding and you're emotionally investing in that woman becoming a wife, then you're doing your job and you can just
Yeah.
relax. And that's my
And you
two
should
cents.
want and you should want to.
And
So
that's
it's
my
like
2 cents.
how close are you with this person that you're like, yes, I want to be your bridesmaid? What it's almost like what about you wants to be a bridesmaid for me? Like it's like
Give me
why
a
you want
why. Yeah.
why give me your why about why you want to be one of my bridesmaids. Like it's like brides do a conscious decision making of that, and then I'm like always going back to the like, well, we need one more girl to fit the groomsmen number and whatever. It's like, but a lot of the time you already like, we as women, we know who we want to be our bridesmaids years before we get married. Maybe we may build a relationship with another woman that we didn't see coming, but it's like we're always considering who we want to be there on the day of us getting ready and who we want to support us and tell us these great amazing things. It's like we know that. So, as a bridesmaid, like that's the same thing. Like I knew I was going to be in your wedding. Like when we were sophomores in college sharing a shoebox of a dorm, like I knew that I was somehow going to be involved in your wedding. Like it's
Right.
just like, and I knew I would show up for you. I knew, and financially and where I lived in the country, like all of those things weren't planned out, but it was like a conscious decision that I knew I would be there to support you in any way I could. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's I don't really blame the bride for doing that. It's like I
That's
can
not an
understand her
unrealistic
saying like I don't want to
expectation.
plan. I don't want to
Yeah.
plan. I don't need my
Yeah.
I think a bride and a bridesmaid is equivalent to the president of the United States, where someone is not going to like what you do, right?
Mm.
Like,
Mhm.
you're not going to please everyone. You got to make some decisions for you as a bride and as a bridesmaid.
I like it. All right, so we're gonna go into situation number 4. You're gonna think this one is silly goofy, and you're gonna be like, literally grow the F up.
Oh
So this
God.
one is called the hair color ultimatum, and the amount of times I saw this
I think I've heard this one, but
the
okay.
like this is like a simplified, overview of the situation, but like it's because I saw this so many separate times as like a problem that people face at weddings, like hair. A few weeks before the wedding, a bridesmaid dyes her hair a bold copper red. A cowboy copper, some would say. After talking about doing it for years, it's just trending online and it just looks so good. And she's obsessed with it. The bride immediately calls her and says it completely clashes with the wedding aesthetic. She even offers to pay for her to dye it back before the wedding. The bridesmaid refuses, saying she shouldn't have to change her appearance for someone else's photos. The bride argues she'll be looking at those photos for the rest of her life. Who's in the wrong?
The bride is 100% in the wrong for this. And I'm wondering if the bride is a natural redhead and
And
doesn't
is
want.
jealous now that there's another cowboy copper in the mix.
Okay. I freaked out because I've heard this scenario before, but the version I heard was that this bridesmaid dyed her hair blue. I thought that's where this was
Yeah,
going
yeah, no.
because I was like,
This was like I think this was a nicer, sweeter take, and I think this one does make the bride seem a little bit more outlandish because it's like a copper color, which is one of the ones like one of the versions of this story that I saw. But there are some instances online that I've seen like people dyeing their hair like a pink or a blue. I think there's layers to this, and hear me out. There's layers to this because if you did that like 2 or 3 weeks before the wedding, if you already had it, that's fine. Like, why would you do that right before the wedding? I think the bride is outlandish in the instance of it being like copper hair and it clashing with the
yeah.
aesthetic. But the blue and the pink, no, I'm sorry, it's like so inconsiderate especially within like weeks of the wedding.
I would literally, I would ask you, like, can you wear a wig? Can you wear a wig?
Yeah.
Can you do something? Can you wear a
Will
wig?
you wear
Or
a
are you
wig?
okay? Are you okay with my photographer editing every single photo of you to have a normal color hair? Like, I don't
Do
care.
do
Whatever.
you,
I think that that is such an insecure bride to
yeah,
be so upset about a copper hair color. It's
yeah,
different if it's blue or galaxy or something like totally
shade.
crazy. But if it's a natural-ish color hair and she feels beautiful in it, it's almost like the bride is insecure and doesn't feel like she'll be beautiful on her wedding day because it's like I have beautiful friends. I love them so much.
Yeah.
I would love to see them try and look better than me at my own wedding. I'm sorry. It's like you've got everything. You're planning everything. You're wearing the right dress. You're doing the hair the way you want it. You're doing the make. I like honestly,
You're
please.
so funny. I
I would
can't.
love. I would
You said
love to
I'd love
see.
to fucking see you try. I'd literally
I
love
would
to see
love
you
to see
try.
you try and outstage me on my own wedding day. Like it's like
I
there.
I I have seen also stories online of like brides asking for like certain bridesmaids to have like their makeup done less, like not a full beat. I've seen like the insecure bride is like so real, and it's like, dude, it's your wedding day. Like if
Wouldn't
you
you
feel,
want all of your friends to feel beautiful and like
yeah.
themselves?
No, I'm so sorry. Like when I got married and I was like, I'm paying for everyone to get their hair and their makeup done because I don't want to be up there and everyone being like, Autumn has the ugliest friends I've ever seen in my life.
I don't understand the insecure the bride thing. The blue
I
hair is different.
understand. Yeah, the
The
blue
blue
hair
hair
is
is
different.
sorry,
That's
babe. I'll
yeah.
buy you the nicest wig.
Situation number 5. So this is our last little
Okay,
wedding
I'm
stitch.
listening.
Where'd I go? Okay. So situation number 5. This one is called the wedding Peace treaty. Two bridesmaids have disliked each other for years. They don't openly argue, but every wedding event is filled with passive aggressive comments, awkward silences, and obvious tension. The bride finally sits them both down and asks them to put everything aside until after the wedding because she's tired of walking on eggshells. One bridesmaid agrees, the other says she's done pretending to like someone just because it's a wedding and refuses to fake being friendly all weekend. The bride now has to decide whether to remove someone from the bridal party or risk the tension spilling into the wedding itself. Who's in the wrong? Girl, I need you. Here's what's going to happen. I need you to take that silly little bitch who's like, I can't. Just get rid of her. Cut her off.
I
Who
agree.
cares? I'm so sorry if you are not able to. This is what, going back to what I just said, being able to be selfless and do, like, because this is, I'm sorry, was your name on the wedding invitation? No, it wasn't. I don't understand why you can't act better and be a better person. Like, it's literally like, maybe just like, if you really can't manage it, stop going to all the events. Like, if you don't really like them, don't go to the bachelorette party, go to the wedding and just be a part and like support the bride in ways that is not putting you in that situation. Because clearly you both mean something to the bride. And if you aren't able to like manage the relationship and try to make it work, just like go to less stuff and see the bride alone and support her in other ways. I think that's like an easy fix. I don't if and then if she doesn't want to deal and she wants to continue to cause problems, cut her loose. Don't let that tension spill into the wedding. Address it beforehand because that's not, you don't know. I mean, I didn't have any issues of like people getting crazy or like any problems like at all happening during the wedding. But it like if you don't address it beforehand, like there's some crazy stuff that goes down at weddings. Like you get these two girls get too under the influence and then they bump into each other or they run into each other in the bathroom and then it's all hell breaks loose and then it's kind of like a stain on your day. Like just like erase, like remove in advance, remove all obstacles. Like if there's something like that cannot be like managed, that's understandable, but if it's something you can like try to do in advance, like do it and like massage out the kink and see what happens. I don't, what do you think?
I think you nailed it on the head. I have nothing to add. It's like that girl's gonna feel so stupid when she's like not invited to the wedding anymore and she's seeing one of her friends and all the bridesmaids up there and she couldn't just be like, why couldn't I have just said that I could keep my peace? You're a grown ass woman. You're a grown woman.
Some people's brains stop developing at like 16, I swear to God. I don't
Yeah,
understand. Like I just think you just grow up. It's really not that hard. That beautiful, wonderful,
that's
perfect.
dumb.
And so those were all of our wedding bride v bridesmaid situations, great expectations. I actually really like that name because I feel like those were a lot of like expectation topics that like people kind of go into weddings with. So we're gonna end with the current obsessions, and I'm gonna go first. So my current obsession is, and I'm reading. I kind of showed it last week in last week's episode. I've been reading books about horse racing lately, like
Okay.
horse racing, Kentucky bourbon, dirty books. Like not not like actually talking about like horse racing, but the book I'm
Oh,
reading
that's
right
where I
now.
thought this. I was like, oh my god, like Secretariat? Like,
No.
oh no, you're oh, okay.
No. But
A
they're
spicy
it's
book.
like, and I'll say this, it's so funny because it makes me feel connected to Kevin because Kevin's like so into horse racing and these books like are like I love these books. So it's nice to like kind of feel like into that world with Kevin because Kevin watches like I mean Saratoga races, Saratoga, New York, horse racing has been like on our TV all summer. Like that's like what happens in my house. Like horse racing is what takes place on a football on my TV from the time football season ends until the time it begins.
Okay.
So that, and then I know we were talking about this earlier in the situations, but I'm obsessed with the idea of pajamas right now. I don't know what tax bracket you enter when you start investing in nice pajamas. I'm not there yet. I'm in the tax bracket where I wear my dad's old work shirts still. So
Mm,
I
mm,
cannot
mm.
wait until I enter the tax bracket that is where you start purchasing nice pajamas like the Lake brand. I have some friends down here who like spend a lot of money on pajamas and they're nice. freaking pajamas, but I'm like, I'm emotionally and mentally not at the point where I'm willing. I am probably emotionally at the point where maybe I'll buy a robe from one of those brands. Like I want a nice, like, like the girly pops that like put the nice slinky robe on and they're like doing their face, and like I want that for myself. I feel like I owe that to myself to have. But right now, yeah, those are my two obsessions. Right.
Those are good ones. I love a matching jammy set. Like
You would like
nothing.
a silky, you like a little
I
silky
love
one.
I just love a matching jammy set in general. Like
Hmm.
that's I've been on the matching jammy
Oh,
trend for a
satin, not
while.
silk. I said silk. I meant satin. You like a nice, like, like I like a nice little pink satin number.
Oh yeah. I like them all. I like them all. Like I just like to be matching. I
Yeah,
want to say that the protein ice creams are my current obsession. I like eat
perfect.
one once a day. Hot girl walks too
Ooh, yeah,
are like my current obsession. I'm just like, let's get it over with. Like let's just walk, clear our head. Um I feel like I said that last week too. I don't remember, but like I just
no,
am
you
I'm
said
I'm into
movement. That's like you said movement.
I'm
That's
into
not
a
a hot girl
walk. I'm
walk. A
into a
hot
hot
girl
girl
walk is a
walk.
little bit more.
Oh, I'm gonna say paint by number. That's my current obsession.
Ooh.
Painting, doing a cute paint by number to get my
Hmm.
creativity flowing.
Yeah,
I have been doing one like all summer and I'm still not done, but it's been really fun. So
I
that's my
love.
current obsession, paint by number.
I love. Okay, so now we're moving into pressed petals. So my pressed petal this week is. I'm trying to think. I haven't. Do you know what your pressed petal is this week?
I think my press pedal for this week is to reach out or have a conversation with a friend or family member that you don't always talk to.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I texted my
Hmm.
aunt, like sometimes you're like, "Oh, the conversation is still going." Like it'll be like, "Here's a photo," and I'm like, "Oh, cute." And then we won't talk, and then my aunt was like, "How are you?" or "What are you up to today?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this is crazy." And then I had like a full conversation with her about what I was doing and it was just like really nice. So,
That's
yeah, I think like adding on to a conversation or talking to someone that you don't normally talk to every day to check in on a
yeah.
loved one.
So my press pedal is actually you can see behind me, this is like my workstation that I have for my job. I work remotely. So what I'm pressing into this upcoming week is like literally taking my phone and putting my phone in the corner of the room. When you're success, like when you're good at things and you like your brain's clicking and you're doing good things, like it just feels like serotonin. Like that gives me serotonin. But when I was in Nashville this past weekend, like my phone like kept dying and it was really nice. So I'm trying.
To not have like
Yeah,
communications with
like I
anyone.
feel like I'm like it's like a pacifier or something. Like every time I'm not doing something, like I'm like going to grab my phone, and it was kind of nice. It was like off and I just was like sitting there, and it was funny because I saw my mom today and like she was like, this is the most I've seen you on your phone in a really long time. And I'm like, the tea is that I just wasn't on it last weekend. So you're like discombobulated. You're like,
Right.
this
Yeah.
is not, this is who I am now. But I was giving you an anomaly last weekend. So that's my pressed pedal, is
That's
trying
a
to
good one.
stay off the phone.
Like
And then
deadheading.
deadheading. So
Mhm.
what's something we want to, this will be fun. So the press pedal, of course, that's because that's something we're pressing into the next week. But like let's deadhead something from wedding culture. Like
Okay.
what's
Ooh,
one
that's a
thing,
good
what
one.
I feel like like probably this is so funny. So here's some here's some examples, and if I say your idea, then you can just let me know. But these were some fun examples I thought of. So matching airport outfits to the batch. Mandatory proposal boxes. Going into going into debt for someone else's wedding. Or you have to come because we're family.
Honestly, I was gonna say something along the lines
Yeah.
of like spending an absurd amount of money for a wedding that's not yours is like mine. Like let's be more communicative about what we can afford instead of just like deciding I'm gonna take all this on and then bitch about it for 3+ years until I make all the money back or whatever. Like just
Well, and I'll build off of that. Let's deadhead lack of communication. Let's bring in, if we're going to talk, if we're deadheading one thing from wedding culture, start talking more, start communicating. If you're the bride and you're not confrontational, you're going to have to put that shit in your back pocket and get over it, because you need to open your mouth and start talking to people and start really sharing your expectations, because that is also one reason brides start to get offended, because they in their mind are like, oh my God, I've been waiting for this moment my whole life, and I just really want this to happen and I really want that to happen, but this bitch ain't said shit to Sally or Sue about anything that she wants, so who the hell would know that's what she wanted anyways? So open your mouth and talk. And if you're a bridesmaid, open your mouth and talk. And if you're the groom, you really should open your mouth and talk. Contrary to popular belief, it's your wedding too. And period. You should
Mm-hmm.
have a say. Like you, and if it leads to you going back and forth with your bride, guess what? That's not just the bride. That's gonna be your wife. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, get to know each other, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, that's almost like we hardly talked about the groom at all in this this wedding speech, but that's something we should
Well, this
end
won't
on
be
with.
our last wedding episode. I have,
No, yeah, that's what
especially
I wanted
because
to say.
as we get further down the road and you start, things start evolving and happening for you, like I'm sure we'll probably be talking about this more. And I think there's so many layers. This was definitely like hot things that happened between the bride and the bridesmaid, like that
These are hot
relationship.
takes.
This isn't
We
even
should
like,
just
because wait until we do a family and wedding episode, because
oh,
that goes crazy.
we're gonna wait till I'm planning a wedding for that one because
Yeah.
I know there's gonna be some crazy stories there.
Okay, well, thank you guys for joining this week's episode. We hope you guys have a great weekend since this is on Friday. And if you guys have any fun, crazy stories that have happened to you at weddings, please feel free to throw those in the comments below, or just even comment on one of our Instagram posts or TikTok. We'd love to hear from you guys. We love you guys. Love you, Hailey. And we will
Love
see you next
you.
week.